Hey everybody, Fixxxer here. Welcome back to Herald. Book 2, A Tale of Two Daughters. Why is he giving me the evil eye here? Or that's Ludlow. Never mind.
How could you be so stupid?
Your face!
I still don't know, sir.
Don't tell me I didn't warn you 1,000,000 times. You are lucky that we are short on people with your skills, or I'd have demoted you there and then.
I'm so sorry, sir. There is no way I could describe my regret for what happened that night.
Why did you not lock your cabin when you were out?
An honest mistake, sir. It won't happen again.
It won't indeed, because I'm confiscating that weapon.
The knife or the gun?
But I still have my rights as an officer.
Okay, so what oh, I didn't realize that So I got the knife to Ludlow, who kept it in his cabin, where he doesn't lock his cabin. The kid goes in there, takes the knife, and kills the first officer. So this is all my fault, basically. God bless America. Or the Protectorate.
This is my ship and... No, I'm not telling you again. You know very well what I mean.
I know, but it's just...
Your self-proclaimed privilege to walk around armed almost got an innocent man killed, Ludlow.
Oh, he's not dead.
A friend of mine.
I thought he was dead.
Was I wrong to trust you? Was I? I am an old fool.
I assured the captain Ludlow hadn't meant for this to happen. I told the captain he wasn't a fool. I remained silent. Is Ludlow going to lose his job and that's how I move up? I'm sure I wouldn't be moved up to second officer, but maybe someone else would. I don't know. Why he doesn't want to hear my opinion on any of this. I have a feeling speaking up in any way is probably going to get me into trouble. And if I go against the captain here saying he wasn't a fool, that would probably piss the captain off. This would piss him off less, I think. This would just get Ludlow in trouble. But Ludlow is looking for an ally. And I need allies. Alright, I don't want to throw Ludlow under the bus, so I'm going to go with this.
I'm sure Ludlow didn't mean for this to happen. It was all an accident, sir. No one is to blame.
That's no excuse for such irresponsible behavior. Officer Brunswick was attacked by a loon. I wouldn't call that an accident. After what happened, the passengers have lost total faith in my authority. To restore that, I have decided to make you steward, Rensburg. I want the both of you to pamper our guests as much as possible.
I'm moving on up.
And if I hear as much as one complaint, I'm going to have to use force to correct it.
He's a Sith, it's confirmed. I was bewildered by the sudden promotion. I want to know why he chose me.
I'm not sure I understand, sir. Why me?
Without Brunswick and Ian, I can't afford to lose any more experienced sailors. You are not an experienced sailor, but you are a charismatic young man.
That I am.
I need a keeper of the peace who warrants a civilized atmosphere for our honored guests. I already informed our chef, Mr. Andra Aubertin, about your promotion. You will find him in the galley, where he will show you what duties a steward of the Herald has.
And butterscotches.
Please leave now.
Thank you.
Both of you.
Okay. Well, at least the first officer's not dead.
Well, congratulations.
Is he not happy with me?
I don't know how you did it, but you did it. Got yourself a blue coat in less than a week.
Hell yeah. Aaron Ludlow, I don't know how you did it. Yes, I wondered if Ludlow was jealous. I told Ludlow the captain was right. I felt sorry for Ludlow. I don't know if he's jealous. Why is he pissy that I didn't back him up? I felt sorry. No, he knew there was risk. I mean, I felt sorry a little bit, I guess, but he knew the risk. The captain was right. I am so bad at decisions.
You sound jealous. Are you?
No. It only took years before I got a promotion. Naturally, you get one on your 4th day.
Alright, so he is jealous. And why is it natural that I get one on my 4th day?
Of course I'm jealous. And amazed. But it's exactly what we need right now. Absolutely brilliant, Devan.
Okay. What do you mean?
Care to explain how that was supposed to be brilliant?
Don't you remember what we talked about earlier?
Stop being vague, Devan. Just come out and say shit.
There's something strange going on aboard this ship, and you are going to find out what.
Just tell me.
Because as a steward, you will be the passenger's lackey, so you get to serve their food, rub their backs, and tuck them in at night.
I am so not the right person for that. Oh, it sounded like a terrible
A
job.
servant's job? What do they think I am? Their pet dog?
Nothing more, nothing less. Well, off to the galley with you. Be sure to stop by the crew's quarters first. You'll find a nice blue coat inside the cabinet there.
Hell yeah.
And while you enjoy that shiny new jacket of yours, don't forget to eavesdrop on our unsuspicious victims.
Oh, and I like how he got pissy when he found me eavesdropping on him. He's like, I didn't think you were that kind of person. And now he's like, hell yeah, let's do this. God damn it, Ludlow. Off you go. First of all, I had to get a blue coat. Should I do that before I walk around? That guy's still up there. He hasn't moved. He doesn't sleep. Alright, cool. I get to go to interesting parts. What is that guy doing? And, oh, well, I didn't get to read it all. Do you prefer romances or adventures? Brennan, yep, I just walked right by him. Sweet. Oh, that's locked. Alright, come on, I need to get me a new shirt. Oh, can I go in here?
Caleb had thoroughly scrubbed the blood from the floor, but I couldn't get the harrowing image of Brunswick lying there out of my mind.
Is Brunswick going to hold that against me? Okay, they're both locked. Alright, let's go down here then. Oops, that's not down. And I know that. Let's go down there. Over here? Or is that over here? Okay.
A blue steward's coat lay inside the cabinet, just like Ludlow told me. It felt strange to be its new owner.
Okay, there we go. I'm a fancy man now. Even if I'm just a steward. Now that I was properly dressed up, I had to find the galley to start my new job. Look at me. I am sexy as hell. Alright. Enter Caleb's workshop. Let's talk to Caleb, I guess. Let's rub this shit in his face. Look at me now.
Well, look at you. All dressed up. On your way to the galley, are you? It's through there and to the right. And between you and me, the cook is a strange feller. Don't you believe a thing he says, Ransburg.
The boatswain pointed me to the galley through his workshop and to the right. So it's over here. Enter gun deck. I want... Can I go up there in the first class area? I want to do that first. Before I get...
I needed to go to the galley.
Oh, never mind. Okay. I'm ready. Let's do it. Alright, so the galley's in there. Let's look at stuff.
The signing of the Treaty of Westminster is a scene widely depicted in Protectorate art. It is so revered because it represents a defining moment in the Protectorate's creation.
I have a lot to look at in the encyclopedia, don't I? Want to see something exciting? Then don't look at the game over there. Too funny. You're a clown.
It was not uncommon to find a pile of junk next to Hayward's workshop. People generally tried to avoid him, so they often just dumped any tools they had used next to his workshop for the bosun to find on his way out.
Well, the guy is a prick. All right, I wanna catch up maybe a little bit on all my stuff, right? Who have I? Lady Tabitha. Tabitha was the daughter of the regent of the Eastern Colonies. Lovely. Okay. How about antiques? What do I got? I already read that. A spyglass. Since the early 17th century, famous individuals such as Galileo, Newton, and Kepler have experimented with telescopes, developing their own variants and improvements. None of them, however, were able to fix the issue of chromatic aberration, distortion of the image's color. It wasn't until 1758 that the famous Protectorian entrepreneur John Dolland, under the guidance of the Protectorate Society of Scientific Endeavors, developed and published the first achromatic telescope, which finally remedied the issue. Protectorate sailors hold the belief that a compass adorned with a rooster leads its owner to great discoveries. They have a thing for roosters. This particular compass once belonged to Francis Beaufort, and was given to Brunswick in his younger years. As an esteemed hydrographer, Francis is credited for inventing the Beaufort scale for the indication of wind force. The 4 cardinal directions were originally named after the ancient Greek gods of wind, which is why we still sometimes call a compass a wind rose. Lovely. Go back. Pictures. The Treaty of Westminster marks a defining moment in the Protectorate's creation, signed by Grand Pensionary of Holland Johan de Witt and Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell. It set out the conditions under which the Anglo-Dutch War ended. In it, the Dutch Republic vowed to ally itself to the Protectorate if it helped get rid of the Dutch royalists that wanted to crown William III king. The alliance prevented several wars and foiled a murder plot against de Witt, who finalized the Protectorate's unification in his term as Lord Protector. Alright, this is the painting in Ludlow's room, or not Ludlow, Brunswick's room that had the peephole behind it. The Anglo-Dutch War ended with the victory of the Protectorate England over the Dutch Republic in the Battle of Scheveningen in 1654. However, the Protectorate had exhausted itself so much that it could not keep control over the North Sea for long. Consequently, Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell proposed the Dutch union of nations against the Royalist South. The alliance marked the start of a crusade that purged most noble houses from continental Europe. Yellow? The famous Indigo Route. Alright, this is the map in Brunswick's desk, on his desk. Was first discovered by the Kingdom of Portugal and was kept a tight-lipped secret by the Royalists for over 100 years. When the Protectorate learned how the free peoples were deprived of the riches of the East, this resulted in the Great Revolution. Royalists were forced to surrender to Protectorate forces after a century of war. With the Protectorate conquest of the Iberian Peninsula, the Royalists fled to their overseas territories in the Americas, now known as the Catholic Kingdoms. And the crazy Catholics. Alright, I don't need to know anything about that. Fantastic. So we got an upstairs and a downstairs that are both locked. Let's look at things.
In the corner stood a laundry basket filled with dirty napkins. I wasn't surprised, because the senator usually requested a new one after every single bite. Such wastefulness.
Jeez. Okay.
Day-old bread was put on the table next to the galley, providing a quick snack for sailors passing by. Undra's own fondness of fresh bread usually resulted in an excess of it.
I, too, love fresh bread. Can I look at anything else over there?
The large tankards we drank from could be found sitting around on trays everywhere. Not very surprising, since drinking is a sailor's favorite pastime.
Okay. So, let's go look at this game then. Hello.
My adoptive mother once told me that a career choice is life's greatest gamble. I would say the dice are rolled earlier, for the conditions of one's birth.
Come on, Rob, play your cards so we can finish this round. One moment, I need to think about this. Alright, well, you think about that. I'm gonna go poke my nose around the business back here. Property of L... something or another. L. Morton, that's the politician.
It seemed that many of Lewis's books were about botany and zoology. That is something I hadn't expected to discover about him. He seemed more the religious type to me.
Botany and zoology, okay.
A large cupboard was among the senator's furniture. I wondered what skeletons it was hiding.
Nyuk. Okay. Anything else terrible? This room is huge. Alright, well, let's go back this way.
The door to the cargo hold had been locked shut when we left the capital. It would only be opened again once we finally reached the eastern colonies.
What if there's water in it? What was that? Was there something there? First class only.
Even with a blue coat, I wasn't allowed to enter the first-class cabins without a clear invitation by one of the passengers.
Aha! So the daughter is going to give me that invitation. You watch and see.
A particularly large painting was carefully covered with a blanket. I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of those tasteful artistic nudes, like the ones my adoptive father often sold to rich upper-class men of a certain age.
What did I unlock, by the way? Was it something on the map? Although the Protectorate officially abolished the ruling monarchy and all associated royalty, over the course of the 17th century, a sense of hierarchy would never cease to exist within our society. After all, nothing would stop those with greater wealth from paying extra for silk garments, personal servants, private tuition, and first-class tickets. Yeah, close. Alright, no, go over there, Chief. What's this?
The
Rooster.
clockmakers from the province of Switzerland are the finest anywhere in the Protectorate. Of course, the senator owned a particularly fancy grandfather clock of Swiss origin.
Is that under antiques, I assume? Indeed it is. While a ship's latitude can be determined by measuring the sun's angle at noon, the only way to find the longitude is by calculating the difference between local noon and the time at a fixed location. However, despite being the most reliable timekeepers on shore, pendulum clocks are useless at sea due to the rolling of the ship. This has made accurate navigation on the open sea an unsolved problem until the mid-1750s when the marine chronometer was invented. What else we got?
A strangely shaped object stood in the corner of the gun deck. I couldn't really see what it was, but I had an inkling.
Looks like a piano or an organ, something. There's a book there too, Chief.
The gun deck was littered with all kinds of boxes that contained Senator Morton's belongings. I took from it that Mr. Morton must be a very rich man.
You think?
Someone had left a plate on the floor near the boxes on the gun deck. I wondered who had been eating here, because that was generally not allowed.
So somebody gets food they're not supposed to and comes back here to eat? Or maybe the daughter comes back here for quiet, and maybe one day I stumble upon her and we become friends. She invites me back to her place. You know the drill. Come on. Is there anything over there? Can I go over there? I can. Hello.
One day, when I was cleaning the gun deck, a letter fell out of Rob's trunk. It was addressed to a man, and in it, Rob praised his godly appearance. Yes, I was wrong to have read it.
But I have proven time and time again that snooping is not a problem. Alright, to my dearest Antinos. I am actually quite afraid to write you anything, even though I believe that it will never reach you. I am so scared to put these words to paper. Yet, let alone send them to you, since I full well know that I have treated you like no man deserves. In our story, I am the ugly monster and you are the handsome prince. Thus, you have all the reason to hunt me like the horrendous beast that I am. But I will never forget our time together as good friends, as love-struck companions starting their own business together, as amorous comrades forging a future for themselves in the great wide world. That same world caught up to me, my dearest. My stamina has, run out. Well, yours will no doubt be limitless, as it has always been. With shame I admit that I have spent the entire fortune of Stockson and Stavros' confectionery on liquor and games. And now I am a fool on the run from his own guilt. I believe it is for the better, for I only do you pain, and suffering is not a gift that I wish to bear you. Our nameless love shall be here and now. Farewell, my Greek god. Holy cow. Alright, so, hello. New people. Oh, scroll. Robert Stockson. Robert Stockson was a young sailor who worked aboard the Herald to pay for his passage to the eastern colonies. A superstitious scaredy cat and notorious drunk, he often waved around a handkerchief to mask his bad alcohol breath. With a lack of room aboard the Herald, there was no other choice for Rob but to keep in a hammock on the gun deck, something the rest of the crew was grateful for. Alright. So they didn't really like him anyway. Documents. Rob's unsent letter. Protectorians pride themselves in the act of writing love letters. These personal messages of affection play a huge part in the lives of all lovers. So, good knowledge of epistolary etiquette is a much valued quality in society. The unwritten rule that none may read another's letters also makes the love letter the home of many deviant fantasies, which reveals that the nature of human love is not as rigid as Protectorate customs would make you believe. Unwritten rule, indeed. I do not follow this rule. Was that in here? I forget.
One day, when I was cleaning...
Yeah. Is there anything else down here? How about this chair?
A lazy chair for a lazy oaf, Hayward once said about Rob's mahogany rocker.
Alright, I would not expect anything less. Look at
A
that.
couple of empty whiskey bottles betrayed the nature of Rob's affliction. He was a notorious drunk.
Alright, fair enough. Go, go, go. There you go. And I suppose we're going to meet Rob in the galley. Nope. This is Ungra? Is it Ungra is his name?
Ah, my
Andra.
new help has arrived. I've never seen you down here before, Devan. What have you done to deserve this sorry job?
I told Undra I was a bad sailor. I boasted about my approach and I explained I was better with people than with ships. I'm gonna go with that.
The captain believes I'm better suited to working with people than with ships. And so do I.
Well, he gave you a blue coat and took from you a sailor's life. You are a servant now. A servant at sea, but a servant nonetheless. What does a servant do, you ask me?
I didn't.
He cleans and he cooks, of course. But aboard a ship like the Herald, he also has the duty of recreating a little piece of the Protectorate for our dear passengers.
Lovely.
Lest they forget they're still part of it.
Yeah, I'm a steward. He's gonna laugh at me if I do that. Explain my duties. I still thought I had gotten a good deal. No, I'll do my duties.
I have little to no experience being a steward. I'd be glad if you could show me the ropes.
Unlike the work above deck, our job has less to do with ropes and more with silver spoons and plates.
It's a metaphor.
Don't forget your silver tongue either.
Yuck, yuck.
No, time to get to business. This here is Danielle, my sous chef, and he has prepared luncheon for the passengers this morning.
Lovely.
Hello, Devan.
Hi.
Pleased to meet you.
Me too.
So for your first task, would you be so kind as to serve Lady Tabitha and Senator Morton their grub in the dining saloon?
Damn! We're just going straight to it. Can't you let me work on somebody a little lesser? I told Andra I would try. I asked Andra to introduce himself. Yeah.
We haven't really made proper introductions yet, Mr. Oberton.
Undra is fine. That's all you need to know, really. Now, remember to return here after you're done, so I can give you your next assignment.
Oh my god. Okay. Daniel... Okay. Here's the chef. Andra was the cook aboard the Herald. He, as king of the galley, he seemed to feel very much at home among the pots and pans. Good for him. Clicky. Alright. Daniel. Was the assistant. Thank you. And was there anything else? That was an awful lot. That was basically my to-do list, wasn't it? I had to take the trade of passengers. No, I had to find the galley. Blue coat. Alright. Inventory. I'm not carrying any items. Alright, I had to take the trade of the passengers upstairs from the tween deck. I don't know what the hell the tween deck is. I can probably guess.
The dining tray contained the food for Lady Tabitha and Mr. Morton.
Oh, some of that looks good. I'll take it. I got it. What's that?
On the counter lay a giant hunk of prosciutto from the province of Italy. Like the people from that province, it's rather salty, but in a delightful way.
I can dig it. What else we got?
The few herbs I could find in the galley were often dried and stale. Bruising them with the grinder usually helped to return some of their flavor.
You better not test Undra's patience. The lunch for the passengers is right there on the table. Go and serve it to them in the dining room, or the dining saloon, upstairs. Yes, gotcha. What do we got up here? Fish?
Little bits of food were still stuck on the inside of the pan. It seemed like Danielle had been in a rush when he washed the dishes.
Yes, Danielle definitely did. Is that going to come back? Should I mention that to somebody, or what?
The most prominent thing about the galley was its giant stove. 4 burners and 2 ovens. Quite lavish for a merchant ship.
It's a lovely stove.
Traces of cornflour and butter covered the roller. The smell of butterscotch betrayed its recent use. Undra had made his special treats again.
Alright, let's get a move on there, Chief. Ooh, there's other stuff.
Potatoes need peeling to get rid of the dirt. Sadly, it wasn't Danielle's favorite job, so sand was a common ingredient in the stew.
Yum! Up there.
Cans of beans, peas, and pickles lined the wall. The necessity of canned food meant it was kept on stock in abundance.
Makes sense. Cheese.
The best Protectorate cheese comes from the province of Holland. This particular one smelled a bit mouldy, though, so perhaps it came from the province of France.
Okay. I don't know cheeses that well.
Rice from the colonies is a staple aboard Protectorate ships. It's easy to transport and high in energy, even though rice alone won't really nourish you.
It's all carbs.
To ponder about the true nature of sausage is to see the horror in man's ways.
It is! Have you guys seen Food Inc.? Oh my god. Alright, let's go. And I get to go to the saloon. Sweet. Hello! I am Fancy and have a blue coat. I'm here to serve.
How despicable that the captain did not see this coming. It's just unbelievable.
You should stop worrying about everything, Uncle. Every time you frown like that, you get a new wrinkle.
Oh!
I'm a man, Tabitha. Wrinkles give me character.
Oh.
And besides, I can't waste my time on silly things like that.
Why shouldn't a politician care about his appearance? Your line of work requires you to persuade others. A dashing appearance would surely give you an advantage.
Who said I didn't care about my appearance? Am I not dashing enough for you?
Well, you could try and follow the latest trends from the colonies. Colourful and less stern. More brisk.
Blue! She means blue.
I represent the Protectorate, my dear, not some exotic roadshow.
But what if I wanted to dress myself more like a member of an exotic roadshow? Would that be acceptable?
Oh dear Lord, no.
Now don't get any ideas, Tabitha. Your father...
That's me.
Yes? My father... what?
Your father wouldn't approve, my dear.
Indeed. But father's not here. And why should you have the right to tell me what to do when he's not around?
Because I am your appointed guardian. That's why.
I'm a grown woman. Why would I have need of a chaperone?
Nobody puts Lady Tabitha in the corner.
Times are changing, Uncle.
Enough now, dear. Say your prayers and eat before it gets cold.
She didn't say her prayers. She's gonna get sick. God has not blessed her meal.
Could you pass me the salt, please?
He's got plenty of it.
The lady wants salt on her food.
Yeah.
Now, Uncle, a little please wouldn't hurt.
Please, boy, the salt.
Just oblige. Don't talk to him, right? If I do that, if I got salt on me and obliging just makes me whip out the salt and like pour it on her, it's probably gonna end up being too much. So I'm gonna ask how much she wanted.
How much salt would please the lady?
I can do it myself. Thank you.
Tabitha, let the boy do his job.
Oh shit. Thank you for giving me this decision. I sprinkled the salt for Tabitha, which will please the man but not the lady. I gave the salt to Tabitha, which would please the lady but not the man. I was confused and didn't do anything. Alright, well... what am I supposed to do? I gotta... God damn it. I was confused and didn't do anything. I would really like to choose that. If I don't do what this guy says, he's going to go to the captain, and he's got the power. What do I do? Let the boy do his job. You son of a bitch, I can't believe you're making me do this. I'm doing it. Right in his face. Right in your face. I'm looking right at you too, buddy. I'm looking right at him. How do you like me now?
What was that supposed to mean? If I ask you to sprinkle some salt, that's what you should do. Now show me you know how to sprinkle, boy. Give me some salt.
I'm just gonna sprinkle a lot of salt. That is amazing. I love it. All right, I'm just gonna. If I do this, he's just gonna keep on disrespecting me, right? Oh, god damn it. Can we just sit here awkwardly? I think I want to sit here awkwardly.
My name's Devan, sir.
I didn't ask you for your name, boy.
I didn't even do the salt.
Service has become quite lackluster these days. What happened to the men and women who knew how to blend in with the background? Please leave us.
Shit, that's gonna get me in trouble, isn't it? Not to linger around before returning to the gallery. And that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.